incidental to marriage, and the licensing and solemnization become incidental. Okay, so maybe it is something I wouldn't want this petition to be processed beyond this committee as per the rules, but I would advise that you find a way in the course of your presentation of having the views in the petition as proposals for amendment or inclusion in the bill. Okay, that would be the best shortcut. Otherwise, if I refer this petition to our rules, it's going to be a longer route. So if I had counsel there, if in the process of your presentation you're thinking about or crafting something that could be an additional clause to the bill to specifically capture the very important views that you are raising in the bill. So it's something you can think about as you go to the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Then we go directly to the
exactly.
Committee. Perfect.
We want to learn.
Okay.
So our interest is in your views.
Thank you,
the rest, it came from our side.
Thank you.
The question came from our side to him. Okay? It didn't come from him.
Oh, it didn't come from him.
Yeah, I just wanted to put that in
Thank
context.
you very much, but the answer was a little bit misleading, and I wouldn't want this house to be misled.
Yes, it's okay. But I wanted you to know that it came from us.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm reading from Matthew, which is in the Bible, Matthew chapter 19, and the verse is going to be 7. Okay. Matthew chapter 19 is right. Okay, Matthew 19. All right. Verse 7. Verse 7. They say unto him. Okay, let me read verse 3. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? And he answered and said unto them, Have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning, who is God in this case, made them male and female, and said, For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and the two shall be one flesh. Wherefore they are no more two, no more twine, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let no man put asunder. Verse 7. They said unto him, Why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away? He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your heart, suffered you to put away your wives, but from the beginning it wasn't not so. Verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, commits adultery, and whosoever marries her which is put away does commit adultery. Sir, whoever responded was a little bit less informed in the Bible. Thank you.
Our colleagues, before we proceed, we are joined by another member of the committee. I want to invite her to introduce herself.
Thank you for catching up with this very last verse. Thank you.
It's okay.
Thank you very much, Pastor Kiganda. And attentively, I want to invite you to interact with our colleagues. And as you come, Pastor Kiganda and your team, I want to get your thoughts on the following issue. You may not have conversed but have emerged. You know, we've interacted with different stakeholders, and I want to have your thoughts.
Be contracted between persons of opposite sexes. Then you have ended with the Christian marriage. But in the content, I wanted you to come out clear by defining what is a Christian marriage, which you have ended with. And maybe, as you be responding, you'll briefly put down for us what is supposed to be the definition of a Christian marriage. I thank you.
And our presenter and his team. First of all, I want to begin from where Honorable Gabalindi said. I want to ask you, Pastor, and your team. First of all, we know that we have different forms of marriage recognized under the law to target different categories of the interested parties or individuals, members of the public. Now, having known that, why would somebody who is not a Christian opt for a Christian marriage? Under what circumstance would that be? Because we assume that Christian marriage is for Christians. Why would a non-Christian go in for a Christian marriage? Number two, under 71B, that a petition for dissolution of marriage may be made to court by both parties upon mutual consent. I know that the institution of marriage is out of free will to go into that marriage. So if the two parties have mutually consented to dissolve that marriage, why would this one amount to connivance and collusion? And for what reason? I would love to be educated on that also. Finally, when you talk about presumption of marriage, after a period of 5 years, that after cohabiting or staying together for 5 years, that should automatically be declared as an official marriage. What is the position, your personal and the biblical position of the role of the parent in recognizing a marriage? Because we know that there are some people who are stuck into cohabitation because parents have not okayed that marriage to be recognized officially for different reasons. So what is the biblical role and maybe your personal view of the role of a parent in endorsing a marriage of individuals? Thank you.
Okay. Pastor Kiganda, I am giving you incidental only 4 minutes to respond.
She said when it comes to women activists, they are on the same page. When it comes to the sectors from born again, they talk different. And Aria raised the question that who interprets the Bible for them so that we can know. Because they all come, I'm quoting Corinthians, I'm quoting this, I'm quoting this. But at the end of the day, quoting and interpreting.
But you received an answer. You received an answer.
From the other side?
Yes. Yes, unless you are not satisfied. But colleagues, I think my issue relates to time.
Yes, sir.
As I said, the other group is already here. We already behind schedule. We have to be in the house at 2 o'clock. So we actually have 1 hour to clear all this. So Pastor, I've given you 4 minutes. I'm adding 1 to make it 5.
Thank you, sir. Allow me to begin with concern raised, reading the same Bible, and now we are presenting a challenge to you. Why are we coming with different views? Yes, it is very true. That is why we have different religions in Uganda. That's why we have Namirembe. Please have it in mind. We are not the only one who are challenged by such. Even our fellows, the politicians, That's why you have NOPO, you have NRM, you have DP. Yet we are holding in the same constitution. Anyway, about connivance, I would love to start with that. We have made some research. Maybe in Uganda it is not so rampant that people connive to divorce. In the Western world, it's very popular. Our brothers, the Nigerians, one can marry 10 wives in 10 years. How do they do it? He goes with the wife in the diaspora, live there. After getting citizenship, they connive with the wife. You know what? Let us divorce so that I can go back in Lagos and pick my sister. I marry her there, I bring her as a wife. He brings the sister as a wife. Out of connivance, and after the sister has gotten a citizenship, they agree again to divorce so that he can go back and bring another sister. We wouldn't want that kind of nonsense here. We have had cases here where a man agreed with the wife that, you know what, I've gotten a Mzungu woman who has got money, is hereditary but is having money. Why would you die of poverty here? Let us agree, I divorce you, I marry this old woman who has got money. Is that what we would want to have here? That people just connive for such nonsense? Okay. I would allow Council who is next to me to answer some of the questions. I will come back in the remaining minute. I know he will reserve 1 minute for me.
Thank you, Bishop. A person live and grieve. Therefore, it is the man who marries. So the issue of gender equality there does not arise with us as Christians. Yes. Two, there was an issue of
But these women activists who are presenting, they are Christians.
yes.
I'm just giving information, but proceed.
Yes. Now, under section 32, it talks about, of the bill, talks about the registers of marriage. But the bill is conspicuously silent on other religions, other than Buddha, other than Baha'i, that those ministers of those respective faiths will be regarded as registrars. But when it came to Christians, it is silent on it. So we don't know what it means there, under section 32. Additionally, this bill is also conspicuously silent on what the definition of Christian marriage. It only talks about the nature of a Christian marriage, but does not talk about what a Christian marriage means. It defines in broad sense of what a marriage is. So for us, we could say that a Christian marriage is a marriage between two people who professes Christian faith. Then it also, somebody asked that, what about the wives? Bishop talked about presumption of marriage between people who have cohabited for maybe 5 years. If there are 3, if there are 3, then we can say, let there be a presumption of marriage between these 3 and a customary arrangement. And we call it a day. Then there was an issue on registration. Bishop talked about the umbrella registration of the headquarters. Like just like it happens under Honorable Bakabrindi's religion, the Anglican, that the reverends can solemnize a marriage even in those districts. Bishop's worries are that there is no financial capacity of these people traveling long distance to come to the headquarters where they can easily solemnize their marriage. Why don't we also have, like you have said, reverends? Bishop will also appoint his people who shall be in this, purpose of this act, be referred to as registrars. Maybe of a certain qualification. Maybe.
Sorry, because I asked the question.
Yes.
My question was, what about the churches that do not have the headquarter, like the one of Bishop Kiganda, because they're there? How do you want us to deal with them?
By nature, whatever is not a branch, then it is a stem. Whatever is not a branch is a stem. When you are not a branch, then you are standing by your own other than a non-branch, then you are independent.
So,
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, the present practice on registration and permission for places of worship to solemnize marriage is that even under what you're talking about as the other decentralized church institutions like the Anglican faith and the Catholic faith, they are not registered as at the headquarters, you may think. Every place of worship. So you don't just register here like you register in Namirembe and it is automatic that all the Anglican churches in the villages work on this registration. Even the branches are submitted for registration for them to be able to conduct that marriage. So I want to believe that, and I know that even the independent churches which are registered, however deep they may be, they are allowed to conduct a Christian marriage. Save many have not bothered because of information and maybe because of some few requirements for qualification of registration, they have not acquired that permission to register. To conduct the marriage.
Chair, I'm sorry, I didn't want to ask a question because I came late, but I just want to ask Bishop Kiganda, if I come to your church.
Microphone.
First, I apologize, I didn't want to ask this question, but I think it can help clarify on the point. I want to ask the bishop, if I come to your church every Sunday for 5 years, but I drink alcohol, I go to clubs, I go to witch doctors, would I be a Christian after 5 years in your church? Would you accept me and say I'm a Christian in your church?
The limits of irretrievable breakdown. You are saying that courts should exercise discretion, but we are worried as a platform that this discretion is going to be abused. It is probable that the court is going to abuse this discretion and we shall have a Pandora's box in this marriage.
So we are not legislating something new. Where has abuse been? We've been practicing in family courts, we've been arguing this matter. Unless you can guide this committee with the information.
Honorable Bossai, we have seen when we are praying for bail, how bail has been denied on mere technicalities of discretion of court. And a judge raises it and you are finished. When really everything was in place to meet the conditions for granting of bail. So we are also worried that in these marriage issues, which is very complex, the matters of the heart, reality, we cannot leave the Pandora's box open.
So I want to give you an assignment.
Yes, Chairman.
You benefit this committee with what parameters can be used. Because as I said in your presentation, it was flat. But you can present it in writing at a later stage. We are not closing the door, okay? You can go, think about it, then make a presentation. Because as I said, there are people who appeared and they had some ideas, okay, that we already have.
On Bishop's permission, we shall do that.
Okay. No, here it is the chairman's permission. Here chairman is supreme. Yes. Okay, Bishop, you have 1 minute.
Okay, I want to know, on what ground would a non-Christian come and benefit from a Christian marriage? And why? Why wouldn't he go somewhere else? In our churches, we have got ladies who are married to non-Christian husbands in our churches. And a lot of time they go and agree with their husbands who are non-Christian that I want you to get me married. Please marry me. I will have problems just in case anything happens here. I'm likely to face an unwanted battle when it comes to property. Other women will come and vandalize all my property. And the husband says, okay, if that is the case, let's go in church and get you married. Then you become the official wife. Okay? In a way, in a bid to protect the property, madam. I think that makes some sense. Thank you.
Emyaka 5 abantu nga babadde bombi kikkirizibwa nti abo bafumbo ne bw'otabaawo certificate era kwotegerera nti bafumbo. Singa omu asanga munne mu kazigo ku muliraano ng'ali n'omuntu omulala, ekikonde kiyinza okukaaba. Kitegeeza nti buli omu alina claim ku munne, bafumbo. Certificate etaliiwo naye baki bafumbo. Lwaki myaka 5 tulowooza nti egiri reasonable, tetukyayinza batwalanga boyfriend and girlfriend. Already balina n'abaana, abantu bamala okuzaala abaana nga babalina n'ewaka ate ne basigala nga bayita girlfriend boyfriend, abo tukkiriza nga baki babeera bafumbo. Lwaki tukirowooza nga kikulu etteeka libatongoze nti bafumbo? Kisoboka okuba nga ekyabalemesa okugattibwa oba ogenda okufuna certificate byanfuna tebalina ssente zitegeka mbaga, ate n'okugattibwa obugattibwa kyetaagisa ssente, ate n'etteeka lino lyetwogeddeko lyetuzze wano okuvunaana, etteeka ebbi ery'ebyofumbo erikyaliwo erigamba nti bifo bimu byokka byokka bye bikkirizibwa okugatta abagole, ebifo ebyo okusinga bibeera Kampala. Olukusa oba license bagiwa Kizimbe, tebagiwa Mugaso n'agatta, tebawa organization. So nga yo organization nzo okuba ebona wonna, Omugaso agatta asobola okutula mmoroka n'agenda wonna, naye ate ekizimbe kyebawadde license kyo tikirina magulu, tikirina mipiira, kinagenda kira kiyambe abantu baffe ababeera mu cohabitation oba mu bufumbo bwa kabundoka ku byedirisa abali ekyazanga n'ekanna bulemu. Okiwulidde? N'olwekyo abantu basobola okubanga ekikyabaganya okugattibwa, tebalina ngeri gye bava Kamwenge kujja kwedikwota kyaki yabwe ye Kampala erina license. Ekyo ngera bulabye twogedde nga tutegeeza parliament oba akakiiko ka parliament kireese okuyalula cohabitation oba obufumbo bwa kawundoka ku byedirisa mu Uganda bungi nnyo, naye ng'etteeka ebbi lyeri kireese okuba nti abaalikola baali bazungu. Abaatukola etteeka lino limulabye tuvunaana ery'obufumbo, the marriage bill, gye tulowooza nti ekkadde erigenda libaddemu ebizibu, naye nali neppya bw'ogenda okutunuulira teryasobodde ku addressinga bizibu bimu. Kyobula nga ffe tuzze wano tubi addressinga tupetitioninga clauses ezimu ezirimu okugeza nga okuddira license oba obuyinza obugatta okubusiba ku kizimbe oba mu kifo ewagattirwa. Ekyo kikyamu. Ebungereza kyasobola okukola kubanga Ebungereza bannaffe abaatuleetera etteeka eryo ffe tetwakolamu copy and paste, kyakola lwa nsonga ekkanisa ey'Ebungereza Queen yagifuga. Queen yali gavumenti, kanisa Queen yebeera head of the church. Knowledge church zabanga funded by the government itself. Omwawule government ye musasula. Kumpi buli koona lya kibuga wasanga nga w'ekizimbe ekiwedde okuzimba obulungi nga government yekizimbye, kubanga ekkanisa eyakulirwanga oba ekulirwani Ebungereza ekulirwa Queen. Uganda si bwe kiri, church government si yezifundinga, si yezibeezaawo, si yezizimba, tetuyambako mu zizimba, temanje tujjambaawo oba biwempe oba matafaali, temanje tubijja okubiteekawo. Naye bwojja nobagamba nenjaga license egatta abagole, kyokka nga balabira ddala basabiramu bantu ne baleka bagamba nti ekizimbe si kirungi bulungi, kikyali yakiwempe, manya kikyali kyambaawo. N'omubuuza abagole bagenda kusula mu kyaki bwe mala obagatama bagenda okusulanga. Lwaki ekizimbe kifuuse issue? Abagole tebagenda kusulanga mu kyaki. Twasabako license egatta edda, omu inspector mbwe yajja okebera ekifo n'atugamba nti tumutwale wali toilet agikebere. Bwe yatuuka n'alabanga akakuba akagendayo kafunda, n'atubuuza nti katuwana abagole bajyawo nga batuuse okugenda mu toilet. Ne tumubuuza gwe myaka gy'olina walabyeko abagole abagenda mu tooyi nga bazze ku kyaki okugattibwa nga byonna byakiremya birimu religious biasness. Obuyinza bagenda ne babukwata ne babuwa minisita omu oba omuntu omu ng'oluusi alumirirwa ddiini ye n'agamba bano ngenda bacunya paka sigenda bba olukusa lugatta nga neekwasa ekizimbe. Naye nga ebintu byonna byayogera biri irrelevant. Toyinza gamba bantu nti ekyo imanya musoke mugitereeze ndyoke nzikirize wano ogattira abagole. Gwe wakalaba abagole bameka abagenda mu kabuyonjo ku lunaku lw'okugattibwa. Balikola baataddewo arrangement eziwerako. Waliwo kye bayita customary marriage, waliwo kye bayita Christian marriage, Muslim marriage, Hindu, Bahai n'ebirala. Kati omuntu agende gy'ajja jakkiririza, ekyo nakyo kirabika kirina gye kigwa. Oyo ayinza okuba nga asazeewo asiramuke, oba seekyo ayinza okuba nga asazeewo agende mu customary. bino ebintu bataddewo bufe etteeka bwogenda otunulya bufe kyoyagala okusena kyokola ki kyolya esewo simanyi ani naye katugitwale nti yabadde personal opinion ye tetukirina ekyo mu bayibuli. Abakyala baagala baweebwa ebbeetu banaye waliwo ebintu nga tulina okulifaalinga ku butonde n'omutonzi ono yatonda. Kituufu nti obukristaayo tebukkiririza mu poligame oba mu bakazi abasusse abangi, naye mu bayibuli eyo mu ndagaano enkadde tulabayo keesi ezo nga waliyo abasajja mu ndagaano enkadde abalina abakazi abasukka ku omu, naye tetulabayo mukazi n'omu ayalina abasajja bangi. Kirabika ndoza okuva edda yabanga tabu, ate ndoza kirabika naye Katonda oba bwato bwe yali yakikola, kuba newange ewaka woolaba wembeera nyinawo enkoko Segwanga njiraba nga yeeyina enseera nyingi, naye enseera bwemala n'ekigezaako oluba lutalo lw'amaanyi nnyo nnyo, kirabika ndoza tebakibatondera ekyo si kyabwe. Okozesa omwami nga tuta erinnya ly'omukyala, ndowooza ekyo tukitwale nti kiri just romantic, tekiri traditional, tekiri legal, kubanga abaana katuba tugenda batuumaani, abaana tubatuumaani kaakati tuleme kweyambisa teeka lino ate kugwa ddalu. Tubagatte oluvannyuma lw'okukola study nga waliwo abakyala bangi abaalokoka mu makanisa gaffe naye nga bbaawe bambi akyali musiraamu, naye omukyala n'afunamu okutya naga naye kakati munnange Haji bw'ofiira wano bano baside dis bo tebagenda kujja wano bankuba ebikonde nga bakayanira property, kale wadde tonnalokoka Haji lwaki tongatta nembeera nga nze ofiisa wife mbeereko naye ku mpapula ezinjogerako nsobole okuba nga ndi mukyalo omutongole wadde tonnalokoka. Twagenda ekitunulyange ekyo tetulina tteeka litulemesa, bali baagala gattibwa bakkiriziganyiza omukyala alina interest protecting property yaabwe, alaba bamalaaya oba baside dis bajja kujja bagimunyakuleko, kati tetulina ffe tulemesa bagatta. Kyetuba tugamba nti etteeka okugamba nti eno the Christian marriage should be strictly between a Christian and a Christian, that is so ambiguous. Ekyo kijja kuleetera abantu abamu obuzibu kibalemese okugattibwa, ate nga ffe tetulinayo tteeka tetulemesa kubagatta. Bwe kibanga ne gavumenti tesobola balemesa, bwe kibanga ne bwogende wa registra tayinza gaana bagatta, lwaki ate ffe batulemesa okubagatta nga babagambye olwedde babeera wamu balina n'abaana, kati lwaki tubaawula? Muleete buleesi olabe kye mukola.